Welcome to the Elements of Evolution YouTube channel. I am your hostess, Caroline Brock, and I am here to bring you the Scorpio season newsletter in an audio format so that you can take this in through your ears rather than your eyes. Here we go. Scorpio season is all about truth seeking. What parts of you must die to make room for who you are becoming? What beliefs must be composted to create the life you desire? Did you feel the jolt from airy, harmony-loving Libra before the sun's official arrival in Scorpio on October 22nd? Maybe it felt like an icy plunge, followed by that wild Aries full moon on the 17th. Talk about intense and turbulent. Scorpio and Aries are both intense in their own way, and it makes sense when you consider the fierce and fast Mars as their shared traditional ruler. Whereas Aries is a cardinal fire sign that chooses to do anything over nothing because it can't quite chill, Scorpio's intensity is different. Scorpio is the deepest of the water signs and a very complex archetype. Its modern ruler is none other than the Lord of the underworld himself, Pluto. Carrying a serious dedication to the cycles of transformation, death and rebirth, Scorpio energy has not been allowed to manifest in its natural form for a long, long time. In fact, society has done its best to ensure we shut down the Scorpio parts of ourselves that tend towards intensity and intimacy. Words that are nearly synonymous in my mind because true intimacy is too intense for so much of the world today. It's human nature, physiologically speaking, to maintain homeostasis in the body, aka it's scary as hell to descend into the basement of the psyche and take stock of what's really there. Scorpio rules sex, intimacy, money, debt, taxes, and all things underbelly. It wants to see what's hidden. It looks beyond the clean facade to what's underneath. There is nothing you can show Scorpio that will have it looking away in disgust, because Scorpio values honesty in all its raw and dirty truth. It's an energy that is comfortable dwelling in the shadow realm, noticing every cobweb and every dark, unswept corner. It wants to know our taboo desires and kinky motivations. Since most of who we are as humans is subconscious, we either can't see what's beneath the surface, or we don't want to see, or both. And so the tendency is for our current Western culture to misunderstand all that Scorpio in its purity understands. It's no wonder then that Scorpio hasn't felt welcome to be in its wholeness for far too long. When a completely natural and honest energy is not allowed to flow in the way that it was meant to, that energy doesn't just go away. It manifests as what is called an immature aspect of a sign. Scorpio is home in watery, emotional landscapes, and when it's dragged into the mental, socially acceptable realm of intelligence, it is essentially and effectively cut off from its intuitive superpowers and thus becomes distrusting and wary. Making matters worse, when Scorpio's intimacy and intensity is shunned, it morphs into something moody and passive-aggressive. The Scorpio parts within us are essentially shamed, misunderstood, and therefore unwelcome, so we learn to adapt. Enter the inauthentic nice girl programming, the fake smile at everyone conditioning, the conform to belong BS perpetuated by the world that raised us. All the ways we kept ourselves superficial to stay safe. Scorpio can't stomach it. Mature Scorpio is unafraid to see the entirety of what's really there. It is a part that trusts our own capacity to sit in the dark because we have enough light. the part that understands the importance of confronting our shadows. Mature Scorpio knows the uncomfortable is necessary and valuable. It knows that bypassing is the opposite of honest, and that we cannot go around, we must go through. Mature Scorpio knows the descent is required, for it is part of making the unconscious conscious and living a powerful, integrated life of our choosing. Can you see then why Scorpio can't do superficial? Why it won't ask for permission to be authentic? It won't fight for a watered-down acceptance. It is a deeply intimate, self-aware, and self-validating energy that won't play nice to fit in. This Scorpio season is here to drown the people pleaser in us all and initiate the no fucks given villain era. And by villain, I mean she who knows herself fully, she who self-validates, she who does not bow to the external but walks in the light of her own truth. That type of villain. If you have significant Scorpio placements in your chart, you have the capacity to hold yourself through discomfort. You likely do the deep diving because it's just part of life and not something necessarily optional. You don't even see the shadow as bad because it's not, it just is. You are meant to listen to your gut, caretake your intuition, and develop a deep and powerful connection to your inner wisdom. To clarify, this does not mean you're meant to do it alone. As a sun placement, Scorpio energy might be tied to your why. You likely hold healing spaces for others in whatever way that is meant to take form. If this is your moon placement, it is an innate part of your being, instinctive. You are likely always alchemizing, whether you know it or not. It is essential to create sacred space to feel, move, breathe, dance, whatever it takes. Ensure that you are well-resourced and supported. Remember that you are an incredibly powerful being, and you have the ability to be honest and see what really matters. Though overculture may not value this, you have the power to create community and connections that honor your depth. It's an emotional need. I caution you against obsessive tendencies. For what you seek, you will find. Don't always ask what's wrong or what needs to be fixed. Sometimes you can allow what is. If Scorpio is your rising sign, you are meant to grow more and more comfortable with the watery depths of this sign, embodying the powerful alchemist and offering deep reverence for the process of death and rebirth. Imagine being so comfortable with who you are, every kinky part, that you walk this earth unapologetically liberated. This frequency radiates wide and far, far and wide. The collective needs you as your aligned self. I desire to do this work so my babies don't have to. This has been a powerful year of practicing balance. Never before have I held such important things in my energetic cup. My beautiful baby girl, and this incredible calling that demands reverence. I desire to be the mother this sweet soul deserves. I desire to show up for her as the most powerful, self-aware mother that I can be. To strip away the interjections that have been placed upon my ancestors and younger selves. To heal as much of the witch wound that I can before I pass the baton to her. I want to teach her to run towards her emotions rather than numb out when things get hard. I want her to deeply trust her body and intuitive superpowers. I want to open my heart and receive more for her. More love, more support, more pleasure, more courage, more divine guidance, and greater trust in this life path. I know it's all possible. I want to leave this little girl a legacy of self-worth so that her life is a reflection of the most benefic, aligned, and abundant timeline available to her. Scorpio is here to help capitalize on this desire. So too is Scorpio here to support my journey of sharing, of holding space for others to see themselves as the divine beings that they are, you included. Since I left my corporate career, I've been holding a question mark over my head, wondering what it is that I meant to do for others, how I meant to serve. I was not so patiently waiting for the language that felt resonate. What is it that I meant to call myself? What am I doing? It came one sunny October day after I finally loosened my grip on the question. I remember it so clearly. I was flossing in the bathroom and suddenly the words dropped in. I'm a spiritual hygienist. I laughed out loud. It felt like one big, huge duh. Obviously, that was it. And the irony, I literally used to clean teeth. Even then, my patients would confide the most intimate things while in my chair. For as long as I can remember, I've been the girl sitting around the campfire, offering perspective to my fellow human at a time when they were processing some hard shit. I believe our souls always know better than our human selves, and maybe we can't immediately see the reason for something seemingly terrible, but time brings so much clarity. Fast forward to now, and I get to do this for work. I am a spiritual hygienist. If this audio resonates and you enjoy it, I hope you check out the website, scroll down to the bottom, and sign up for future newsletters. You can listen in audio format on YouTube, and I'll link the website in the description below. If you are curious about your own innate energies that influence who and how you are, and you want to dive into your own cosmic blueprint, your own natal chart, then I hope you'll consider gifting yourself a one-on-one cosmic reflection. If you're not quite sure what you want to talk about, but you would like an astrology-informed conversation about what is alive for you, whether it's fun or challenging or neutral, then I hope you'll consider booking a one-on-one intuitive counseling session. That's all for now. Much love.